You wanna give up 'cause it's dark.
We're really not that far apart. So let your heart, sweetheart, be your compass when you're lost, and you should follow it wherever it may go. When it's all said and done, you can walk instead of run, 'cause no matter what, you'll never be alone. Never be alone.
Hi everyone, and welcome to my collaboration with Eventing Expression, and it is a day at a Norwegian barn. So let's get on with the video. In Norway, we don't get driver's license until we are 18, and actually a lot of Norwegian doesn't have a driver's license, so we need to use the public transport. What I use straight from work, I go first on the light rail or train, or as we call it in Bergen, Bybanen. And I hate public transport, but I have to get on this. So it will bring me to bus number 1. When bus number 1 arrives, it's usually quite full, but sometimes I'm really lucky to get a seat in the rush hour. Here I'm actually managed to locate the wrong door. Anyway, and that bus takes me to bus number 2. That takes me to the barn. I didn't get to film all of it, but that's bus number 3 that gets me to the barn. When I finally hit the destination, the barn, I have to walk for a little bit. It depends on the bus driver where he drops me off, but usually I walk this way. And in Norway, it can switch from this horrible snowy weather to sunshine in like a heartbeat. It goes literally from snow to sunshine in maybe 5 minutes. So welcome to the Norwegian weather, everyone. At a Norwegian barn, we never know what weather we're going to get. So right now it's currently raining and snowing. In half an hour ago or so we had sunshine. So when we go to a barn in Norway, you dress for the weather. You have wool because it's cold. You have a base layer in case it's going to be warm. And you have a raincoat in case it's going to rain. Most of us also use this big blue ugly thing, which are overalls, but we call them warme dress. It's because they are very warm. And we also use this winter coat, which we call dunjakke, that keeps us very warm at the barn. Again with the ugly overalls, but they do the use. They keep the cold out. And we have like this stock of wool or even more raincoats and more winter jackets. So that's what we keep in the barn. And we actually have sheepskin to sit on. But enough about the weather. The first thing you might meet when you get to a Norwegian barn is one of these horses, which is a Norrlandshest or a Lyngshest, which are a common Norwegian breed, and they go for ponies. They are mostly pony size, and you can find them in almost every color. This is Viljar, which is a Norwegian name. There is no Norwegian barn without a Norwegian fjord horse, or fjordhest, or fjording as we call it. This is Leonora and Bull, 2 of the 3 fjord horses that we actually have at a barn. We have 3, but the 3rd one wasn't there when I filmed. Then we have a Norwegian cold-blood trotter, or a kaldblodhest, which is very common in Norwegian barns. I think that might be most common horse. Then we have the warm blood trotter, which is also very common in Norwegian barns. And some of them are very hot-headed. Then some barns actually do have a halflinger. Not very sleepy halflinger, but yeah. And we also do have one of the mixed adventure breeds that we really don't know what is. And of course, what is a barn without 2 Shetland ponies? I mean, every barn has them, right? Then we have the Norwegian dole, or dølehest as we call it, which is also a pretty common breed at Norwegian barns, and some of us do have a very shy donkey. Yeah, then we have the donkey, and I don't think every Norwegian barn does have one, but we do, and we're very proud of her. She's a little mascot. So the first thing I do when I get to the barn is actually start my barn chores, and the first thing I actually do is muck out, because I hate waiting with that, because that's the worst thing I do is mucking out. So I start with the worst chore at first, and this is the way I muck out. I just lean everything up to a wall and then take it all back out, so the stall looks nice and good, and I like to have everything in the middle so they can just walk it out themselves. The next thing I do is move down to the paddock, and I muck out the paddock as well. And usually Talina follows me around like a dog, because she really likes cuddles and she doesn't want to leave me alone when I muck out. She is very cute like that, and Bliss couldn't care less, but sometimes she pops by to get cuddles as well. But Talina is, either she is looking that I'm doing it right, or she actually just wants to follow me. When I finish the mucking, I usually start the hay, and I have 6 hay bags that needs filling, and like 6 times 2.5 kilograms, so it's a lot of hay. So I like to get that started before I move over to the hard feed. So I get that ongoing, and as I have done the hard feed for both donkey and horse, I move forward to washing the water troughs or water buckets, and then fill up new water. And because it was cold, I filled it up with warmer water so it wouldn't freeze as fast, so they could get some drink before it froze. Even though it snows, rains, or hails at the same time on the same day, we still get to do some fun things at the barn, like a barbecue. So everyone, welcome to Norwegian spring. Lots of weather, but we still managed to pull out a barbecue. Yay! Usually in Norway there are not a lot of barns that do have indoor arena, especially not in Bergen where I live. So we have an outdoor arena, which is quite big, but we do need fences around it. But anyway, this is our outdoor arena, and we are quite lucky because there's not a lot of barns that actually do have an outdoor either. And we dump our manure outside, and it gets a lot of mud. Like you can see, it gets muddy everywhere, so we usually also wear our rubber boots at the barn. We are actually quite lucky because we have a barn 5-minute walk from us that has an indoor arena. So when we do have lessons in dressage or lessons in show jumping, we just cross the road and we walk to the indoor facilities at the other barn. So we are very lucky that we can use that when we do have lessons. Usually we don't get to use the indoor arena, so we have to go on hikes, and lucky us, we've got about 31 miles of trails to hack on that are custom made for horse training, and we don't even have to cross traffic at some of them. So if we just walk here and walk to the left, we actually get on one trail that can lead us anywhere and for hours. So we are very lucky with this nature. After hacking, barn chores and stuff like that, I like to just sweep the floor, then I lock the barn, I take off the light, and if I'm lucky like I am today, I actually can get a ride home because there are cars there, so I can get a ride home. But most of the time I actually run. I run 2.5 kilometers so I can catch my one bus, because when I'm finished at the barn, there is no buses that leave from the barn to home. So I have to run or walk really fast 2.5 kilometers and to the one bus that actually takes me home. So yeah. This video has been a collaboration with Venting Expression, Ellen from Venting Expression. And as you see, it's a normal day at the barn, but a little bit over exaggerated, and it's supposed to be funny. So that's why I chose to do a voiceover. So if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe. And subscribe to Ellen's channel. I will link all her social media down below. If you want to collab, contact me. Everything is in the description. Bye!